Hello! Hello! That was so random. Hey! Hi guys!
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Bam, bam, bam.
Like you're way weird on screen.
What?
Like you're way too far to the right.
Something like this?
Yeah.
Something like this?
You have to be way over there.
What if I'm like Crybaby?
No one's gonna know what that is.
Crybaby? Nobody knows Crybaby?
No, but look where you are. Like.
This is where I'm gonna be.
Okay. Do you want me to move it?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you guys? Tell me about your day. Sunday. Gabe, it's just huge. Like.
Can I pull this back? I can't.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I think maybe it's.
I moved it over, so. Is that how big you want your head to be?
But I don't think you moved it over.
I did. I just did.
But so then. I think the problem is like. It's stupid. I don't like it.
No, it's not. It's just.
That's the problem.
No.
Because even on my stream, I'm like all up and.
Not that badly.
No?
Oh, Sniggle, you got a haircut?
Whoa.
But I like your floofy fro. I like it. Don't get rid of it.
It might be too hot for that. I feel.
Oh, that's true. Oh, you could. Oh my God, though, you could totally rock a headband. Like you put it up and you look like some broccoli or something. Oh man, that would be great. I am so in favor of that. You don't even understand. Beautiful day in the sun today. It's hot out here. Yeah, it's beautiful, but it is hot. Oh my God. Sniggle, disgusting. Whatever. You're beautiful broccoli. Beautiful, beautiful. I am disgusted. Do you not like broccoli? Come on. Also, my lighting's really screwed up. For those of you who were here yesterday, you saw what happened with the light bulb. So I've got a new light bulb in, and I don't really like what it's doing right now. So I'm trying to figure out my lighting better. Remember, tracing paper makes a very good, what's it called, diffuser? So just put this on your lamps. You got a photo box, bro. Nifty. The only problem, don't let it start on fire, though. That's the problem. Don't let it start on fire. Okay. Okay. So I'm not exactly behind on my journey, June. I basically got done with gearing up, but I have more panels I want to do to go into the next one. So I'm done, but I'm not done. Where are you guys at? So you're a tree. Sniggle, that's a compliment. I wish I were a tree. Come on.
How am I not myself?
How am I not myself?
Day-o.
Okay.
It's a day-o.
Let's see. I forgot to write down my hour yesterday. What was yesterday? 23. 1 hour. Hello, DJ.
DJ.
How's our Sunday? Our Sunday's okay. We went to the gym. We ate food. I don't know. As far as a Sunday goes, it's not bad. I have to do a lot of work today. Remember I said that our weekends are usually our work days, like our heavy work days, because we don't like to go out and do anything on the weekends because all the people with regular jobs are out doing their stuff. So it's kind of a shit show no matter where you go. So, what in the butt? Hi, Crane. Day with gym and it can't be good. What? A day without the gym is usually a bad day. Honestly, the gym gets you in such a good mood. I'm not even kidding. I mean, you gotta... I know all of you are gonna disagree with me, and you're all gonna be like, oh yeah, being unhealthy is the coolest thing ever. Well, you're wrong, and you're gonna die before me, so enjoy that.
Of natural causes.
Of unnatural?
Of unnatural causes. What I mean is...
What do you mean? Do you know what
I
you
don't
mean?
know what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is we could die in a fiery car accident tomorrow.
No, the gym puts you in a good mood, because endorphins and dopamine and all that shit.
You'd be surprised.
It works. It works really well. And also, you've already accomplished something for the day. Like, I ran today on the ARC trainer. I burned about 500 calories while watching Indiana Jones. Not too bad. That means I bought myself some ice cream later. Okay, calorie-wise. Oh, I see, Paladin. I figure. You could, Gabe. You should be careful, Prince.
Be careful. Okay.
Hey, Calavera.
IRA.
Yeah, the gym can be weird. My favorite thing was when I owned my own elliptical. I used it like twice a day. It was not a coat rack. I actually used it. And it was great because I could wear whatever I wanted on it. I didn't have to worry that it was free because, you know, at the gym you're worried about people being on your machines and stuff. So, it was actually really nice. But, you know, I'm just looking out for you. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Is that a bird or is that our air?
What you
It's
hear right
like-
now?
Well, no, it's like...
Birds in the song?
That.
That's in the song.
Is that in the song? It's like... Okay.
Yeah, there's like 4 birds in the
Alright.
song. You guys, you're gonna hear like storms and birds and stuff. It's all in the song. If you hear an air conditioner, that's us.
It also feels like there's a very large truck outside.
There is.
Okay.
What's a rug of war?
He probably meant tug of war.
What if rug of war is a thing?
Could be. That's my eagle.
It sounds pretty good.
I like doing it when I'm outside and I see one and they're like,
They
John?
They don't think he's.
John, is that you?
No. Don't. No. I imagine this porcupine, when he walks, he kind of does that squinch thing, where he kind of, like, squash and stretches as he walks. I'm trying to think of another character that does that. Okay, so this type of light bulb is so not safe. Like, this is so hot right now. We should just throw all of them out. These might have been the ones that were like $15, but oh my god. How bad is it without them? Can I get this to read? Fix yourself, thing. There we go. Sort of. That looks okay. Ooh.
Maybe just keep it on for the time being.
It's really hot. Like, I'm scared to keep it on.
Oh.
Like, it's bad. I wish we had a different light bulb for it,
Well,
but we don't.
We do have those LEDs, but they are white hot. I mean, they're like white.
That'd be
light.
okay.
The white
actually.
light?
Yeah.
You want one right now?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
It's the fluorescent light.
It's just now we have to. Ow! Now we have to wait till it cools down. Yeah, I don't know what kind of light bulb this is, but the one yesterday, Galactic, I don't know if you were on Gabe's stream yesterday. Oh my god. It was stupid hot. I tried taking it out after it cooled down a little bit, and it just popped off. Like, the bulb from part of the other bulb onto the, I don't know what the thing's called, the screwy party anything, and it, like, popped off, and you looked at it, and it was, like, melted inward.
Ow.
Like, it was scary, man. Okay. Well, I'll wait till that cools down. Because, yeah, it was scary. Because then I thought, oh, I'm going to have to, like, pull this out with a potato. You know, that old trick. But then, once it cooled down, I just was able to pull it out, and it was, I don't know.
Potato?
Potato.
You already know what it is.
Oh, I know why we had moved your camera to the left. as you can see around your banner.
Oh, we're doing Dungeon Descent now?
Yeah, today is Dungeon Descent. I feel like your camera moved. Like, remember you bumped your face cam yesterday? I think it's not supposed to be straight. I think you're supposed to turn it. So turn it a bit. And then
Don't pay attention to this stuff.
And then change that. Yeah, that's way better.
If I'm here,
Yeah.
but then I'm over here. There's something wrong with the actual...
Well, wait. Let me shrink it. That'll fix it. Pay no mind to what's happening right now. Okay, now put your banner in the background. All sorts of tech difficulties lately. There you go. See? Yeah.
So, but then the problem is then
You're
if
fine.
I'm back here...
You're never back there. Don't. You never. Gabe's face is never too close.
Mm-hmm.
You love it. You love it. What has been seen cannot be unseen. You saw behind the curtain. How tall am I? I'm 5'7" and around 150 pounds. I don't want to be 150 pounds, but I do like food.
It's all muscle.
I am pretty muscular, but that's okay.
So you knock down doors.
I can beat up a grandma. Maybe a grandpa on a good day. A good day. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. It's true. I want to animate him moving though so bad. I'm gonna have to do that at some point because it's just, it's like that. I don't know. It's cute. Pure art rage. Not just art rage, my friend. Just rage in general. Apparently, I get angry easily. I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe that's something an angry person would say. I don't know. Alright, let's try this new light. This might get kind of crazy. Okay, it's this kind, which says it's a long life.
Probably is. It's probably just not for that lamp.
I don't know. Well, it's the same voltage as the light. It's just in the watts. Yeah. Okay, we'll figure it out. So now we're gonna try this guy. Now this is a natural light bulb. I hate these because they're so cold. Awful. I'm so slim. Your wife has decided I'm too scary to watch. What does that mean? Oh, Lord. Hey, but that looks way better. Yeah.
Are you finally giving in to the...
Well, no. But as far as the lighting on my face, it's super, like, even. And it's bouncing off the back wall, so it's not that bad. And I've got this warmed, so I'm okay with that. Okay, yeah, I'm alright with that.
You're trying too hard, Calvera.
Yeah, Calvera, you gotta
What are you
lower
doing?
your standards.
Yeah.
Lower your standards, it'll be better. Yeah, DJ, animate. I really wish I could figure out a way to make money off animation because I miss doing it so bad. Maybe I could make that part of my Patreon because I just want to make money doing it and there's no really good way to do it just to make whatever you want.
If you were to start making...
Like Twitch animations?
I don't even know, does Twitch use animations? Or for their...
Yeah, for their overlay.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to do for Paladin.
Yeah. And then everyone would want a Cloverkin animation.
Because the problem with doing GIFs and stuff is there's no real way to monetize or distribute them. But you're animating a stick.
Hey, you gotta start somewhere.
Make Nani animations. No, thank you.
That's true.
No, thanks.
Everybody wants to see somebody doing it.
Well, thank you, Paladin's wife, for thinking I'm slim. I haven't ever been described as slim or slender. I think the most I've been called is athletic, which to me that says more of a swimmer build. Like when I hear people call someone else athletic, I think really broad shoulders and super board-like, but that's not me. I'm too thick in all the Midwest places, if you know what I mean.
It is. You do have that like athletic look though. Like it's like
But I don't, because I don't have broad shoulders.
No, but it
Gladiators. No, I think like think
don't
of
have-
a swimmer body or the chicks that do hurdles. That's what I think of.
yeah.
Like they're scary.
I think you just
wow.
don't have like wide hips. You know, you don't have like super wide hips.
Yeah, I don't have wide hips.
A lot of women I see have like really wide hips, and then they'll like if they're young they'll have the skinny. You know, it'll go like, like so it'll be
Yeah.
more vase. But you go more like
I'm not a box, but I'm not
Yeah.
an hourglass
Yeah.
either.
You're right in the middle. That's why it's like an athletic build,
Yeah.
because it's not like you don't like starve yourself, but then it all whatever you do it goes into your bottom. You know, that's the thing.
That'd be the pear shape. I don't have a pear shape either.
Yeah.
It's like a thick hourglass. Like no, it's not like this.
Our
but
box.
It's like, yeah, our box. I'll take that. Yeah, you guys are smart. We've got 2 for our box. I'm down with that. Fish people. Fair. Okay. I can agree with fish folk. Can we call them fish folk?
Calvera, yes.
Paladin, tell her I say hi then, and she need not be shy. I'm only mean under certain circumstances, and you know when that is. You already know what it is.
You already know what it is. I was I don't know, for some reason I was thinking about like if we ever went to Scotland, you know, and like we met up with Paladin, and then we're like, oh, you know, and this is Mini Paladin, you know, this is my wife, and you know, it's just like this is so weird. Like we met you guys on the internet, like it's just a weird thing. Like when you meet people that you know on the internet, like in real life. But then it's even weirder when you meet their family members, and you're like, oh, I've seen you or I've heard of you.
It
on
makes
the
the
internet.
world a lot more small.
Yeah.
Which is really funny. There you go. Hourglass with cuddly bits. I'm like an hourglass with handles. When are you and Gabe gonna get plate armor? What? Snaggle, what?
I'm not gonna wear that.
But Paladin, I'm gonna break his heart, because not always am I wearing my ears. He won't even know me. Snaggle, what the hell? Plate armor? I don't even think... I'd have light plate armor, if anything. I don't even think, as an elf in armor, that I would be... Elves don't usually have armor. Oh! Paladin meant Gabe. Okay. Well, Gabe also has elf ears, but his are real.
You just can't see them.
Yeah, check it out. He's got... No, don't bend it.
No?
Yeah, see right there? Point to it. Yeah, he's got an actual elf nibbener. I don't know what to call it. When am I going to turn into a pangolin? When the time is right.
Oh, I can't wait.
And I've earned my scutes? I think they're called scutes. I don't know. I'd be a tank. Gabe would be DPS. I don't know if I'd be a tank.
What is DPS? Damage per second?
I think actually you're right. I would be a tank. I kamikaze all the time in games. So I say, it's usually, fuck it, I'm going. I'm like, Leroy Jenkins.
Oh no. He was crying over Skyrim.
That's okay. Can I move my ears?
I can.
Oh, I can. I make sure they are attached to my jaw, actually.
What's DPS? Is that damage per second?
Usually it is DPS, yeah.
But what is that? Like somebody who...
I think it's melee, but I've never heard it said that way. Well, you said to move my ears. I did. You didn't say how. I could have even went like this and I'd still be right. It's alright.
The only time I ever see people mention DPS is when it's in reference to like you get hit with a spell.
How much DPS you do?
Well, no, like you get hit with a spell and it's taking off, you know, like
damage per second. Usually it means damage per second, so I don't know, you know. I'm not getting smart. I got smart years ago. What of it? Alright, so I'm still finishing up, gearing up, even though yesterday I technically geared her up. So Hazel ended up getting into her final gear, which I had the skunk bring her as a gift. I'm doing this wrong, 21 pages by Monday 13. I feel you, bro. I feel you.
I think you might be putting too much effort into your pages. That might be the problem. Because if you've got 21 pages and you're on day 13, then it sounds like you're spending too much time on those pages, perhaps.
You might be. Yeah. So what I've had to do too is if you're breaking down the actions too much, just for this challenge, kind of sum them up more. So like from this shot to the next shot I'm doing, I could have Hazel coming out, running over, doing this thing, but I'm just going to cut to her hugging the skunk. So, I mean, you kind of have to, just for the challenge, you can always go back and add in more panels. Remember that. That's part of the good thing about doing them all like this and not actually doing panel work. Because if you do panels that interlock, you're going to have a lot more trouble editing it later. Whereas just doing them all as squares, you can reorganize them however you want later on. So I would almost say do it that way. Also, I wrote myself a reminder to mention, I thought of it at the gym, and I wanted to share it when I thought of it. I do this. I write down things I think are smart. But I'll probably say it and then be like, well, yo. Okay, so, example, I was thinking of, like, how Hazel's gonna get her upgraded gear, right? For geared up, I was like, how is she gonna get her new outfit? Which is technically the outfit I drew her in for her, for her concept art. So this is actually her final form outfit, right? For the most part, minus this nick in here. So I was like, well, how is she gonna get that? And I was like, well, I could do like Sailor Moon transformation or something where it's like, oh, magic, oh, you transformed. And I was like, no. So you're gonna have better stories the more you reuse things you've already established. So then I started thinking, okay, well, in the past, what have I used already in the story? It's like, well, the skunk ended up actually patching up her old outfit, right? So I already established that the skunk had some sewing skills. And it was like, well, I could have the skunk actually come back and have her meet up with this porcupine as she, like, can sell him some of her wares for his store. Whoa. So they actually, like, work together, right? So she comes in and it's like, whoa, reunited. And then the skunk's like, hey, I brought this along in case I ever ran into you again. And so Hazel, takes the gift because they liked each other and, they met and everything. And so Hazel transforms via a gift from the skunk, and I'm going to work the skunk and the porcupine into the rest of the story. So reusing things you've already kind of established is always going to make your story a lot more strong because you're still bringing in those old characters for good reason, right? Especially if you've already established something about them and you can use that again. If, let's say, you brought in a new character right now, to do it'd be okay, but it's still diluting the story a little bit, especially if it's going to be this small. It's better to just kind of reuse what you've got instead of adding more and more and more characters. So anyway, I had written down better to reuse things you've already established in a story than to keep piling on, well, I could add another character, that's this guy, and another character, that's this one, and blah, 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 blah.
It's like, no, just have your character take on that personality. Like, have that character, not take on the personality, but it seems like they often, like, will take, they'll make a new character, because it's like, well, now I need one of these kind of characters. And it's like, well, no, your character could just sort of start acting that way,
Right.
Like, so, maybe it's like a really sad boy all of a sudden shows up. Like, no. Just to make your character get sad all of a sudden, or for whatever reason.
Or another character gets sad. Yeah, you can do that. Hi, Bodhi!
D-pad!
I saw, Bodhi, you were here in the beginning. I'm sorry I forgot to acknowledge you. I'm acknowledging you now. Bodhi was here, and Paladin was here, and Snuggle was here right away. It's hugging the hunk. Picked up the honey stone and evolved. Oh no. Hi, D-pad. Shut up, Calvera. Shut up. I feel like there's not always like... There's an in-between thing where it's like... You can like anthropomorphic stuff and not like furries. Like, there should be another fandom in there, I feel like, but... Anybody see the movie Teen Witch? You remember Teen Witch?
I think you were going to show me.
No, we watched it.
Did we?
Yep. It had the redheaded chick and the little short psychic chick. Like, really short.
From Pet Sematary?
She's in Poltergeist.
Poltergeist, yeah.
Yeah. You remember her now?
Oh, she was... Elaine Warren.
Is that her name?
That's, like, she's playing an actual lady.
Oh.
Like,
what?
That movie's based on real shit.
Oh, you're talking about Poltergeist.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Teen Witch.
No, Poltergeist
but you know who I'm
is based
talking
on real
about.
shit.
Stay on track.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember Teen Witch?
I barely... Oh, yeah, and she gets the boyfriend, but she doesn't really want that boyfriend.
Yeah. Okay, you get it. So, I'm feeling like the skunk. Is that to her? To Hazel?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. Gateway Fur. Get out of here. Teen Witch is cute. I feel like normal guys probably wouldn't dig it, but Gabe's different, and Gabe digs cool stuff.
I mean, it definitely did not stand the test of time, I feel.
Dude, whatever.
It didn't. I mean, in terms of, like, I've seen old movies, like, forever, and there are some that I haven't seen, and then I watch it, and I'm like, alright, this is still good. Heather's stood the test of time.
Which is strange you'd say that, because they're both very the same, I feel.
They are, but I don't know, I think it wasn't as well done, I think. It was just a little less...
I think it was a cheesy movie.
I think that's what it was, yeah.
Cheesy's fine. But anyway. Not the new Heathers, no, the old one.
No.
I have not seen the new anything.
The real one.
Yeah.
Sorry. That new one seems kind of like crazy because it, from what I took from the trailer, it looks like they're demonizing, like the, what is it, like the, all the LGBT stuff and the gay kids.
There was a huge thing about that.
And the trans kids, because like all of a sudden they're the Heathers girls, and it's like, yeah, it's like it's getting more popular, but it's like they're the evil ones. Like what? No.
People had a whole thing about this, but I don't know. I mean, I see what they're doing.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Minorities are the bad ones. I think that's interesting because someone who grew up with the gay community, I feel actually being the minority and actually not saying that they're gay and stuff until they're, you know, they felt safe. Nowadays, the gay community, I feel, is more celebrated than ever. Mm-hmm. So I don't even see them as a minority anymore. But I know I'm probably in the, I don't know, 1% that think that, but
I think it's because all we see is the celebration of it, and we don't actually,
because we're like in with the gay community, it's fine. Yeah. Like we're so fine with it, and we have so many friends and everything. We're like in it that it seems like it's normal, and then you talk to somebody who doesn't think it's normal, and it's really weird. It's like racism.
Yeah, like you're like, wait, no, I've never, like I've met people that are racist, but not as often anymore. Yeah. I think because everyone we know isn't, because we hang out with people that are not assholes, and
yeah. So but then that's like our vegetarian thing too. Like, we're in our bubbles.
Yeah, we're in our bubbles.
Yeah.
And it's like, then we get to like another state and we're like, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm getting funny looks everywhere. Whoa.
Yeah. Which is, it's interesting. It really depends on where you are. Because, like, here in the Midwest, I really don't see any discrimination about gays. Like, even in Wisconsin here, like, like, I haven't seen it outwardly. Maybe it happens more in schools and stuff, but, like the pride thing, especially in Minnesota, pride's huge.
And that's one thing. I think in school, it's probably a lot more prevalent in schools.
Calavera is calling us isolated. Mister, we go along, like, the entire coast and stuff, and all through the U.S. We've been to places, especially the ones that have been racist.
No, but it's true. I mean, like, in Chicago, things get rough, but I think also in Chicago, people are just angry all the time.
Chicago's messed up.
Like,
so is New York.
Like, Calavera, you gotta admit, like, people in Chicago are constantly angry. And that's because there's so many people, and everything sucks. Like, if the blue line's down, I'm gonna murder someone. Literally, and then somebody gets murdered.
Yes, screw Chicago.
Because some asshole decided to jump on the tracks because he was depressed or angry or whatever, you know? It's like concentration of people, and then things are really bad, and then the energy is just cyclical, and then riots. And then we have riots.
And then riots. But I mean, from when we were kids in school to now, I think it's gotten a lot better.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I feel like if you're in school, at least in major cities, if you're like in school and you see someone like, you know, like being outwardly like prejudiced against like gay people, then like that person's gonna get stomped on. But if you're like in the middle of Ohio, you know, and like you live, you know, like it takes like 30 minutes to get to your high school on a bus because you live on a farm and you're gay, then you got a problem.
Yeah, that's gonna be a different scenario. For sure.
But yeah, no, you're right. By isolated, by being with like-minded people, then yeah, we don't get to see a lot of people who hate on other people. There you go, Paladin.
See, but I have a problem with atheism as much as I have a problem with fundamentalist extremist Christians. Because all y'all are preaching that there's one way to have something. Like, atheism says there is no God. That's just as prideful as saying there is a God. Agnostic, you're playing it safe. Could be aliens, could be whatever, we don't know. I think agnostic is like the humble way to think about it. Atheist, you're putting down a little bit too much there, you know? How can you possibly know there's nothing? You can't. Same with the other side. You can't possibly say there is something. No one can prove anything. Agnosticism.
I saw a
That's how I think about it.
I saw some like new thing on Google News or some shit where it's like scientists are like, it's like scientists now say that we probably are the only intelligent thing, you know, in this galaxy. And I'm like, guys, no. Like, if we're this intelligent, there's gotta be something more intelligent. Like,
I mean, I'm closer to believing, like, another dimensional thing than anything.
But it's like you can't, like, say that there isn't. Obviously, right now you can't say that there is because we don't know about it, but
I don't think you
say.
can do either. That's what I'm saying. Like, you cannot say there is or isn't because both are just... It's too prideful, man. Hey, Serenity.
Serenity.
No, atheism is the belief in nothing. Like, there is no afterlife, there's no deity, there's no nothing. Whereas I'm saying that's as prideful as saying there is something, you know?
So what we're saying is like what is it, agnostic? Where you
It's
just
in the middle.
you have no opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
Basically, there could be something.
Yeah.
There might not be something. Either way, it could be aliens. There's no, deity.
Mm-hmm.
Nihilism, I thought, was more like government-based, like anarchy sort of thing.
But yeah, like intelligence, like matter perspective, like it, like we keep looking for signs of life, but we're looking for signs of life that we know, like how we measure signs of life. But like for all we know, like
What if magnetism is a form of life?
yeah, well that could be the alien form that's like hanging out,
Yeah.
and it's just like these guys are idiots. They're trying to look for us. They can't find us. We could manifest into one of their stupid little meat sacks, but nah, we're just gonna keep letting them think that we're in big flying saucers. Dumbass. Fire Seal taking the caveman approach. I dig it.
I still think, I know you're saying atheism is not a belief system, but if it's the opposite of a belief system, it's still a belief system. You have to believe in it. Does that make sense? It's still faith-based. You have faith that there is nothing.
Yeah, that
right?
is yes, yeah. It's still a belief system. You're still believing in something.
Even if it's nothing.
Yeah.
Or that there is no God. You're believing there is no God. I don't know. So that seems like.
Yes, Ushi. Ushi's here.
She is here.
He's got the.
He's been here for a bit.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
He knows what's up. He knows. He's the philosophy major here.
This guy's drawing hosted me. Thank you, this guy's drawing. Hopefully you're drawing, guy.
What is it? Drawing close to me?
What?
What's the name? Close to me?
This guy is drawing.
Oh, okay.
I think that's his name. Oh, thank you, Fire Seal. Fire Seal, how's your journey going? I don't think you were here yesterday when we asked, but do you feel like it was easier than you thought it'd be? Now that we're coming up on the end, do you feel that initially you may have been a little scared of it, but now it's okay? I'm just gonna let you guys go. Keep going. This is one of those things. This is why you don't talk about politics, religion, or PC versus Mac, because you're not going to change how someone thinks usually. Which it sucks.
Versus Red Vines.
Yeah,
Go.
it sucks.
Snickers or Three Musketeers.
It
Go.
just gets people upset.
Burger King fries.
Wait. You can't put Snickers and Musketeers in the same thing.
What's the equivalent to Snickers?
You're thinking of like a Milky Way versus a Three Musketeers.
No, I don't think Milky Way. I think Milky Way is just
It's
nougat
just nougat and caramel.
and caramel.
Yeah.
So there's Three Musketeers, Milky Way, and then...
No, Three Musketeers is closer to a Milky Way than it is to a Snickers.
But
the Snickers has peanuts, caramel, all that shit.
It's just peanuts and caramel and nougat. So it's like
a
three
tier
steps.
system,
Yeah.
yeah.
So then,
But it's still apples, oranges, and grapes.
Who's the equivalent to Snickers then? Is there
Probably
another Snickers?
Probably not. I mean,
Mars bar?
what's a whatchamacallit?
Whatchamacallit? What's that name? Whatchamacallit? Say it again. Whatchamacallit? I don't know what that is. I think it's just...
I don't even know
I
if
don't
I've
know.
ever... What? Oh, Baby Ruth?
Baby Ruth is just
Isn't that nougat,
nuts and
caramel and nuts?
caramel. No, it's just nuts and caramel.
There's no nougat?
I don't think so.
I think there's nougat. We go from religion to candy.
The Great Bambino! Oh, man. Now, if I look up ingredients, it's going to give me, like, high fructose cocoa
No,
glycerin.
just look at the Baby Ruth, like, Wikipedia. It's going to say first sentence what's in it. This guy. Do you even Wikipedia, bro? Like, really?
I don't trust Wikipedia.
Why don't they make hot dog buns for left-handed people? I mean, that's a matter of perspective, isn't it? Aren't
No,
they all?
it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same regardless.
Even if I do this and then I...
Now, scissors, that's a whole nother...
That is a legit thing.
Yeah, Gabe has problems.
I was the one kid in class where the paper kept folding, like, you know, like I couldn't cut it because the paper would just fold onto the...
Yes, crane people like Twix. Get out of here.
Oh, Twixes are amazing.
You're from another country. You don't understand American candy. Seriously.
Peanuts, caramel, and chocolate flavored nougat.
But it has nougat.
Yeah, but it's chocolate flavored. Huh. What about Snickers? I think Snickers is just nougat.
I don't like the word nougat. I just don't. Remember, it's good to have a concept sketch to refer to for parts of your thing here.
That is really weird. But I guess, yeah, Baby Ruth and Snickers are sort of like competitors.
Jaffa cake. What's a Jaffa cake again?
Jaffa cake.
Yeah. Weren't those like...
Oh,
they got the cream
they're like
in the
little
middle?
cookies with chocolate on top.
But they got the jelly in the middle?
No.
What's in the middle? And there's
Nothing.
something in the middle?
It's just a little, or maybe, but...
So it's like a moon pie?
I don't know. It's like a little cookie. No soccer.
It's not soccer, Gabe. It's football. Football.
I left my house so that I wouldn't have to talk about soccer.
Your house? Is that saying like you
I
left
I
Mexico?
left my native land so I could get away from soccer. I went to a country where they don't believe in it.
Twix is English, not American, really?
I think a lot of those companies are like Mars is just
Isn't a lot of
English.
it German? Or
probably.
something? You guys are fired up today. What happened? Is it because of the foosballs? The football?
No, I don't do FIFA. I wanted to get into it at some point, but it's really boring. This is so goddamn boring. And
It's like NASCAR to me.
yeah, and it's a
And
lot
golf.
of acting. Everyone's just pretending to get their asses kicked.
I mean, any of the major sports has some sense of drama to it.
Yeah, but like soccer is notorious for you got to be a good actor. So that if you sort of get hit, you're crying about it. And
Sniggle, what the hell is knoppers? Crap candy comes from America. I don't know. I went to Europe. They had an American candy store, and all of our cereals were there. So our cereal counts as candy. Does yours? You guys got Alpen, which I love. It's like the god muesli. I love it. Yeah, Calvera. I'm comparing NASCAR and football. You're right. Ushi, I never said anything about nihilism. That was someone else. I don't remember who, but it wasn't me.
no,
Don't
it's
blame
like straight up cereal. You can just buy a box of like Lucky Charms at the
Yeah,
store.
like along the top of the wall, they had all our box cereals from like General Mills, and it was called American Candy Store. I'll even see if I can find a picture of it.
They had like
Hold on.
Twinkies. This is in London too, so
Yeah, it was in downtown London.
yeah.
It was crazy.
They had Twinkies and like ho-hos.
I just know every time I've heard about nihilism, it was always next to, like, it was like the next step down from anarchy, where you want chaos. Nihilism is like you don't want anything.
So it's that turtle from Never
Yeah,
Ending
here it
Story.
is. American Candy.
It was down the street from that store that's always closing.
It was Oxford Street in England. Yeah, this. can buy the stock image of the store. So in case you needed that, there you go. It is there.
In case you need to write an article on how America is fucking up the rest of the world.
So now I gotta think. Okay, she gave her the thing. She's all happy about it.
Shakira.
This is a knopper. Ah! Man, I hate wafers. I don't get them. I just don't. They're like, someone was all, we gotta make like small crunchy waffle things and people like them. And no, I don't like them. Thornton's. What is Thornton's?
I know it's a gas station out here.
Well, it's a chocolatier apparently.
Oh.
We don't have Thornton's. No. We have Ghirardelli. And what's the other one? The chocolate shops that start with G. They're not Ghirardelli chocolates. They're at like every mall.
Garibaldi?
You just made up that word.
Sally Mae, but I don't think they have many shops open anymore.
I just think the afterlife is kind of an absurd idea. The afterlife was created out of fear of dying. That's in my opinion. Like, I don't understand how it's even, like, doesn't make any sense. People just think they're too important to die. It's like, no, you're not. You're not. Godiva! Thank you! Acario! Yes! Godiva chocolates. Thank you. I knew it started with a G. Because, like, our high-tier chocolates, which probably aren't even high-tier, it's like Godiva and Ghirardelli. Like, if you can get it at a grocery store, it's Ghirardelli. Like, has anyone seen Phantasm from the 1970s? That makes more sense to me than the actual afterlife. Spoiler. They take your dead body and ship you to another dimension as a slave.
No, why not?
I don't think chocolate's overrated. I mean, it is, but it's like whatever. I don't know. Oh, Ushi has the best words. I know another guy who says that.
I mean, he basically
I'm a
writes
salt person.
He writes most of the president's speeches, yeah.
I'd have to say I am salty in more ways than one. I like salty things. I like olives and bitter things and stuff like that. Okay, so she hugs the skunk. What else? Yeah, Phantasm was messed up. I saw that when I was too young as shit. Okay.
So apparently you can play D&D with just two people.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. But like the article I was reading was that the guy was a bit afraid of it being a little awkward, you know?
No, I think it could. I mean, no, not if you're...
But if you know the person, then it should be fine.
the hell is a hobnob? I'm checked out. You guys have been going. You keep going, man, because I have no idea what's happening anymore. I think the skunk and the porcupine should have a relationship. Like, I ship this. They're so cute. Because he's crotchety and she's like, oh, just stop it. Give me the thing. And he's like, no, this is my thing. I get money for this. And she's like, just give it here. I like it. He's stingy and she's really generous. Which has just developed over time. I didn't know what I wanted her to be, but once I made the porcupine, it became clear. 'Cause she was a little bit like him until I made him, and then he was very much like him, and then the spectrum changed, and I feel like that's just what happens. An oat-based biscuit. Damn.
That was one thing I do miss about like England is like the tea stuff that they have. Like,
Yeah, I've been trying to even replicate how I made tea over there, and it was just English breakfast and some milk and sugar, and I can't even get the ratio right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is. It's true, Ushi. I mean, Mexicans also call cookie and biscuits the same word.
I get that.
That does not
There's
help.
another one for biscuit, I'm sure. I just don't know it.
I was so mad when we learned that in Spanish. I was like, wait, how can we tell what they're talking about if it's a cookie or a biscuit? And she's like, just context. And that made me mad. Cookies deserve their own word. Fix it, Gabe.
What are the ones that we really like? The biscottis.
Oh. But those are a cookie. Even though.
But no, it says biscuit on it.
I know, but it's a cookie.
But it's a cookie.
I feel like biscuits are not sweet and cookies are sweet.
Wait, so what is a
A biscuit's KFC, man.
yeah? So
Biscuit's Southern.
What do they call like just a little bread roll, like a
Dinner roll, probably.
a dinner? Yeah, what do they call those? Like I don't even know if they have them at. Do they have KFC? Paladin, have you been to KFC?
Oh, Shades of Kin, welcome.
Shades of Kin.
I'm glad you could catch too. Yeah, so today, Saturday, Thursdays, and Wednesdays are all at the same time, but you might be able to make our late streams, which are, they start 4 hours from now, so I'm guessing that's later in the day for you? I don't know. Sagi's here!
Soggy.
Yay, Soggy! Savory versus sweet. I'm more savory. Yeah. But if I had to choose, I'm salty.
I feel like UK KFC doesn't have biscuits.
Really?
At least according to their website.
What?
They have
Oh, that's so weird. I
got
hate
pork and
when
beans.
they change fast food depending on where it is. Like, I think, what was it, was it a KFC that's in, like, Japan? They have totally different meats or something?
Huh.
Or maybe it was McDonald's, I can't remember. Oh, it's 6 p.m. right now. Oh.
Oh.
So you must have a late shift, I'm guessing.
And you must be in the East Coast.
Yeah, Paladin, there's not supposed to be rubber bands in your fries. Also, you're getting fries at KFC? Who does that? What?
That's another no. So they have fries in England. I just saw they don't have potato wedges.
Who gives a shit about either of those? You're going
No.
to KFC, you get the mashed potatoes.
No, I know, but I didn't even see that. I don't think.
What?
Yeah.
Paladin, you guys don't have mashed potatoes at your KFC?
Let me look again.
That's like the only reason I go. What?
I mean, it's the only reason we can go. But
What is the difference between cookies and biscuits? Cookies for us are like sweet little dessert type things. Biscuits, you dip in gravy and stuff. Have you seen an American biscuit?
they don't have Mashed potatoes.
So first of all, biscuits are spelled biscuit here, which is different, I think, than how you guys spell it. But this is a biscuit. When we talk biscuits, this is what we talk about. You have that with like dinner, and you dip it in some gravy and mashed potatoes. That's what a biscuit is. So you can tell where we're coming from when you guys are saying biscuits and thinking cookies, and we're like, what? It's crazy. The world is crazy.
They don't have mashed potatoes. Shit.
I love that you call it mash.
Mash, yeah.
I want to adopt that so bad. Oh, that's so weird. Oh, Serenity, you've never seen that before. That's an American biscuit. When they say like Southern biscuits and it's American, that's what they mean. They usually have layers to them. You can pull them apart and they're fluffy and they taste real good. They're not salty or sweet, they're just buttery.
I can totally imagine destroying somebody's mind, like going over there and be like, I'm gonna make you guys some biscuits.
Like,
Where's the
oh,
Jiffy?
no.
Where's the Jiffy mix?
Oh, I've actually never been to a Popeyes. Even when I wasn't a vegetarian, I had never been to a Popeyes.
You've never had their biscuits? Oh my god.
Dude, nothing could beat KFC in my mind.
No.
Nothing.
No, they aren't, but they're a different type.
You're the one that was all like, Hush Puppies are great.
They are, but
Hush Puppies suck.
I love Hush Puppies from Long John Silver's. I love them, but no, the Popeyes biscuits are like they've got like salt on top of them, sort of. Mm-hmm. But then you get like you put honey on them. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I love them Hush Puppies, man.
You guys are crazy. I think they're just like little pockets and just whatever. They're like, ugh. They weren't even flavorful, man. Like, I was expecting like some craziness. This is nothing. They did nothing to me. They didn't change my experience at all. Maybe we just got a bad batch, but I don't know. Those are just meh.
I don't know. I sort of grew up on them, I guess. Because you could only have, there's like 6 in an order, and I think my parents would get like 1 order, and so like.
So you'd have to split it.
Yeah, so me and my sisters, like I have 2 sisters, so we each get 2.
You coveted them.
So yeah, and then you could eat a little bit of piece, like a little bite, and then have a little bite of my chicken, and there wasn't a lot
where
of
nostalgia is a bad thing.
Yeah. But they're also really tasty.
Oh yeah, Serenity. Wow. That's crazy. I would consider those pastries. Or cookies, but not biscuits.
Sorry. That sounds amazing.
We need British food. I agree. I liked British food. Yes, we are vegetarian, DJ. For many years. What's Frankie and Benny's?
Can you sharpen me real quick? Hello, Dragon Wall Chronicles.
Hi, Dragon Ball. What are we working on? Journey June. Here. Hashtag Journey June. It is a month-long challenge based around the Hero's Journey template. If you're interested, you can check out what it's about here. So this isn't what we're normally working on. Like usually on my channel I'm doing stuff like this. This is more the quality you'd see. But this month has been special. So anyway. Oh yeah, good point, Mage. I just want to give them that one because that's like the direct link to the stuff, but yeah, all the other junk is there. Five Guys is good. They have good fries. Their grilled cheese sucks though. Mm-hmm. It's literally just burger bun with American cheese in the middle. It's not special at all.
Oh, that's weird. I used to when they first moved into across the street from my old job. They had like just regular bread. They were they sucked. But because I would get them and it'd be wrapped in foil, and then by then it was
so
soggy.
they take the bun, they turn it inside out, so you can put butter on it. So the inside of the top of the bun is actually on the inside.
Yeah, no, like
Yeah.
they must have stopped carrying regular bread.
But the fucking burgers when I wasn't vegetarian, oh my god, it was so good, and the friggin' fries were made with peanut oil, so good.
Never had the pleasure.
You've never had the fries?
Never had the
The burger?
The burger.
Yeah, that was a tough one to leave, but
I think that the toughest
it's not
thing,
that important.
the toughest thing that I miss, meat wise, is cow tongue.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Those are.
Mage, what are you talking about? What final image? Yeah, Gabe and I only eat fast food if we're at a convention, and then it's not even fast food. It's just not home cooked food. We usually get restaurant food, but
I mean, like if I'm at the airport, I'll get McDonald's. That's like the only time I ever get McDonald's, and I always get that look when I'm like, yeah, can I get a number one with no meat?
and they're like, no meat.
No meat? Yeah, it's number one, no meat. It's gotten a lot easier, in the past like 5 years, but every once in a while, if I'm like down south, like last time when we were there, the guy was like, what? It's like, number one, no meat.
Yeah, North Carolina was like, what?
And yeah, and he's like, you don't want meat on it. And I'm like, no. And then he turns around and he's like, that number one, no meat on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
No meat. Yes. We'll get it situated for you. Don't worry about it. And I'm like, all right. So I half expected it to come with meat on it, and I'm okay with that. Like, I pick it off or whatever, but.
Okay, see, this is one of those ones I could leave out if I wanted to, but I didn't realize I could leave it out until I started drawing it, so now I'm just going to draw it. But in this frame, the skunk's telling Hazel to kneel so she can put this thing on her hat, but I really don't have to do this right now. So if you guys have stuff like this, where you've got like a 2-hit, like this and then this, and it's basically the same image, you don't have to do that right now. You can do that after the challenge is over. But, yeah.
Hey, Dragon is a fellow vegetarian also. Welcome.
Huzzah!
Calavera, carnitas are amazing also, but
I miss them. Holy shit.
I think if I was given the option of having like if they could genetically engineer meat, which they're working on, that isn't actually an animal, then I'd go for tongue.
So, Mage, this is actually the first image I ever did of Hazel, actually. For every character I've been introducing into the story, I've actually done a concept art version of them first. So the skunk, and then also the merchant porcupine. But this one of Hazel was actually done first, before Journey June even started. When we were encouraging everybody to draw their hero before the month even started, this was what I did. So, this was the first one, honestly. Oh, Paladin, oh no. Drink water first. They'd have a lot of vegetables, so they'd save the patties that didn't use anything poison. Hey, that's great,
Yeah.
Snaggle.
Yeah, if
Then
that's the
nothing
case,
goes to
then.
waste, that's good. But thank you, Mage. I'm glad you like it. If you need to place something, just ask me. I'll move it over.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, shades. Like whenever we go to Denny's or IHOP, we're always like, can we just sub all of this meat? Because usually, like, you get a breakfast meal and it's like 75% meat, and we're like, can we, instead of getting like those 4 pieces of bacon, can we get like 4 extra eggs?
Usually, you can say, I want more toast. I want more eggs. You can kind of do whatever you want. You can sub out for oatmeal sometimes and fruit. They do a lot. Honestly, a lot of them are totally fine with it too. We've never really run into a problem with subbing stuff out.
I mean, usually if it goes usually as far as them being like, I'm not sure, but let me ask the manager, and then usually it's fine.
I've even never experienced that. I've been a vegetarian for maybe like 4 years or something, and I've never had a problem. Gabe, maybe a few times. We've had a couple instances where there's accidentally been meat in the food, but then you just, try to tell them, and usually people are really nice about it. Oh, Soggy, if you like waffles, you'd love a Waffle House.
I think I've been there like once or twice when I was a kid. Not a kid, but I was like.
Wait, to a Waffle House or the Waffle House?
No, to Waffle House.
What is Waffle House?
The Waffle House. It's like a chain.
You mean International House of Waffles?
No. The Waffle House.
I don't know if that's what he was talking about. I think he just meant a Waffle House.
No, it's Waffle House. it's a place.
No,
it's
he
called,
said been to a Waffle House.
Yeah, I know. It's like been to a Burger King. It's a place. The name of the restaurant is called Waffle House.
Soggy, which did you mean? Did you mean the Waffle House or just a house that sells waffles? Okay, so you are talking about the chain. Okay. Because, you could extrapolate that to be like a pancake house.
No,
well,
it's
do you
true,
mean the original house of pancakes? Do you mean the International House of Pancakes? What kind of pancakes stuff? Like, man, shut up.
No, I just imagine oh, hey, how you doing? Come on in.
I'm with Ushi on this one. Bacon is overrated.
We've got blueberry waffles.
Especially when you can find a vegetarian equivalent that tastes exactly like bacon. Bacon is totally overrated. IHOP isn't IHOP anymore, it's IHOB. Everyone needs to know.
So at Waffle House, I don't know if they still do this or if they just stopped doing it, but they have like a code of how they call things. So like if you order something specific, it's like smothered covered right on a boat, and I was in Arkansas, so I don't know if this is like just specific to Little Rock.
Oh, you've been to Arkansas?
Yeah.
We didn't talk about this.
Yeah, Cleo lived out there for like a few months with his mom at a campground.
Oh.
That was exciting.
Not.
I think it was all right. I spent most of my time in a camper.
That sounds like not a vacation and sounds kind of like a punishment.
It was.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
But basically, they have like a code, sort of like at In-N-Out.
I've never been to an In-N-Out either.
In-N-Out is crazy, but I never had a burger there because I was vegetarian by the time I went out to Cali.
I had a friend who was all about In-N-Out. Like, he would drive to California from Minnesota just to get In-N-Out burger.
Wow. Yeah, everyone raves about it. I don't know what it's all about.
Also, Paladin, I'm glad you and your wife like my bee. Hopefully it'll get better once I ink and stuff.
That's alright, Serenity. You guys are probably like infinitely healthier than us. Because nobody asks questions when you get a burger and it tastes really good. Nobody asks questions. They don't ask, is this real meat? No. It's almost as bad as ketchup. You'd get along with Tim Von Rieden just fine. Excuse me?
Tim doesn't eat food.
Oh, so Dragon, you know.
Yeah, Dragon,
Paladin.
I think follows me. Don't you, Dragon? You do. I think I've seen your name a couple times. So I have no idea what you guys are talking about. But that's okay.
What does Dragon do?
Miniatures, I believe.
Oh. Dragon, do you do miniatures? And if you do you have a thing, a Instagram where you post stuff?
Not a stalker kind of way. Oh, no. I know. I haven't had a stalker in a long time. Welcome to the fold. Thank you for the follow. Oh, you're the co-author of an awesome fantasy series. I didn't know that.
Well, that's cool. We here at Cloverkin like fantasy.
We enjoy it.
Is this fantasy series available to be looked at on the interweb?
Isn't thick bacon just really ham?
Right? I think it's just the problem is that it's from a different portion of the pig. So it can't technically be ham.
I remember the best pork I had, and this is bad, was I saw the pig on the thing, and it got cooked, and then they literally pulled it off the pig's body and gave it to me.
Wow.
And it was delicious. I remember that, and at the time it didn't even nothing, so now it's kind of messed up, but it was really good. But to me, at this point in my life, my health and hurting animals isn't as important as taste. I'm okay with foregoing something that tastes good to save a life and save my own, so that's more important to me. To each their own. You decide what's important to you. Gargantia? What's that? Is that Godzilla-based Sagi?
Oh, okay. So it's like a legit book then, like a book.
Well, good job, Dragon. That's great.
Yeah, that's great. Well, if you ever need anybody as a cover artist, Ashley here.
I'm okay. I do like doing covers. Covers are fun.
Do you have Dude, I don't know if Dragon has seen your normal stuff, or if we already went through that.
They follow me on Instagram.
Oh. I thought you were talking about on here.
Megalobox. Sagi is when you say push the sexualization, do you mean like how Kill la Kill did it? Where it's almost just kind of funny? Like it's so crazy that they know. Yeah, that's kind of how Kill la Kill is. I mean, you've seen those character designs, right? Like their outfits. Like the girls that cosplay those, you got guts. 'Cause you can see some stuff. Well, cool, Dragon, thank you. I mean, you've seen my Instagram, so you know what my finalized stuff looks like. Obviously, this is not that, but...
DJ, when I search Soric, I get a lot of type of like some paper with weird designs on it.
Maybe you have to put like Kill la Kill or whatever Sagi's one he's talking about next to it.
Oh, maybe it's this might be bacon. It's like pork skin or something. Yeah, I think it's bacon.
Well, I appreciate that, Paladin. Yeah, I mean, you know, regardless of anyone's stance in here, I don't want anybody to get on anybody else. Like I said, I banned someone in the Discord for getting a little too aggressive about the meat side of things. So, yeah, DJ, go for it.
Yeah, no, like a apocalyptic situation, like.
Hi, Dragon. Like, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Like, we're talking about everyday life, like, what's healthy for you, you know, what's good for you, how much do you care, sort of thing.
Like, that's one of those things, like, when people say that, it's like...
Jeff Weber.
Jeff Weber, wow.
Jeff Weber. Where you been, bro? No, I mean, for those of you who are overweight and unhealthy, think about it.
Like in that situation where we're
thank you, Project Rex Guy, for the follow.
We're struggling to eat. Like, yeah, you eat what you can. At that point, it doesn't matter because your body is probably already eaten at all your fatty deposits, and you're trying to do what you can to survive.
Oh, Soric's a type of pork thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a dig so much as it is just obvious. I mean, there's science to back up certain sides. I'm not saying it's a dig, it's just some people balance, okay, this isn't a dig, this is about just truth. Some people value taste over health. That's up to you.
That's true.
That's the difference. Ah, yeah, Jeff Weber, we can go to Gen Con.
Nice.
Yay! I mean, can we, like, at least agree that everyone who still eats meat mainly does it because it tastes good? That's your main thing. Like, I would quit it, but it tastes good. Right? Like, that's the main reason you still do it, right?
This is weird when, like, the doctor is like, alright, you're gonna have to, you know, cut back on the red meat, you know, and start eating a little bit healthier because your cholesterol is out of control.
Because their rice has bugs in it. Interesting. I mean, we don't like to get in this area of talking either, everyone. Especially, like, Gabe will start going and not realize he's going on it. We don't like to talk about it because it's like politics, religion, PC versus Mac, vegetarian versus meat eaters. We try not to go there, okay? I'm trying to shut it down. Y'all keep talking about it. Change the situation. Change the topic.
That reminds me of a joke.
Oh?
Where the guy's like, the guy goes to like 10 different doctors until he finds the one that
agrees with him?
That agrees with, that, yeah, tells him what he wants to hear.
Caliber or whatever. I said stop.
she stop making shit up. That's not real. That's not a real sentence. You're crazy.
Oh, Crane. That's actually like a legitimate diet, some people have said. You guys ever looked up breatharians? People that survive just on breathing? It's like a whole thing. Some people believe it. You're a biologist, Calavera? Like a legitimate biologist? I'm more interested in that.
No, we're not getting mad. We just don't want to get on the topic because
it just gets a lot of people in the zone of getting angry, and we don't want that.
Also, you can't win.
You can't win. No, it's like politics or religion and stuff. Because technically, there's science to it, but it's also somewhat of a belief system. So, you can't challenge someone on that.
And then it is like politics, where it's going to be like, well, these people say this. Yeah, but equally speaking, these scientists say this.
So yeah, you might want to just avoid that in public situations if possible. We try to avoid it here. It keeps coming up for some reason. Don't know why. Interesting. So you know about other animals then, right? But you're forgetting the whole other side of it. Mm-hmm. So. Hi, Hannah.
Hannah.
So wait, are you in biology then, Calavera, or what'd you do with it? Oh, I love that bee, Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
It's true, Soggy. People do talk about food a lot. It's interesting. It's going good, man. Doesn't always have to, Calavera. Change the topic. You did nothing with it? Why? What happened? Or why'd you go with it in the first place? Like, what did you want to be?
Hello, Pee-Pee.
I'm gonna call him Pippi.
Pippi?
Yeah, Gabe.
I took it very Mexican and just said it the way it sounded in my brain.
Like, this isn't a debate, Calavera. You know that, right? There's no debating with this. Regardless of what you know, regardless of what I know, because you don't know my background either. So, what if I was a 10-year biologist? You don't know. You wanted to be a marine biologist. Why didn't you, though? I actually know 2 marine biologists. One of them studies sharks, which is cool.
Pippi.
It's hard to tell through text. In your world. I mean, Calavera, I do think that, but I don't want to go there.
I think the point is that we just want to squash it right now and not keep talking about it, because
like there's no winner with it.
Yeah, nobody's gonna win anything.
And I mean, I'm gonna think what I think, you're gonna think what you think. It's like how much you care, sort of thing. But that's why no one wins with this scenario, because it's all basically beliefs, you know. It's just one of those things you want to avoid on a stream, that's all. Oh, cute, Hannah. Mermaid tail towel.
Bye, Seal.
Bye, Seal.
Damn.
Let's see. I gotta cut this down or else it's gonna be too many parts on Instagram. So she got that. Oh, thanks for the host, Troop. Oh, cute, Hannah. If you have a link to those, I would love one, because my marine biologist friend who studies sharks, she'd love that. She loves, like, shark merchandise and things like that. Okay. I have to think of the next thing. See, I'm trying to decide if they should come with her or not right away. I think a lot of people here are doing Journey June, Pippi, yeah. Pippi, are you doing it? Are you doing it too? Do you think they should go with her?
No.
Yeah, probably
Down
not
into
yet.
the rabbit
Yeah.
area? No, I don't think so. If anything, it's just gonna crowd your scenes.
Let's see, I keep trying to do in-betweens. If I do that, it's gonna be forever.
I'm curious to see what your dead reclaimed will be.
Why?
Like, I don't know how you would tackle that.
I mean, it could be like dead flowers, dead plants, something like that. I haven't looked at it yet, so. Oh, I got you, Pippi. Hey, as long as you finish it, that's the main thing. Oh, really, DJ? You're gonna do it in July? Hey, that's okay. Good for you, though. The fact you even want to do it and start it in July, that's great. you can figure out a way to apply it to your craft, whatever that may be, knitting, miniatures, whatever, go for it. Absolutely. I mean, you could even span it over two if you want to, where, like, if you were a knitter, let's say, or an embroiderer, and you, Radley Designs, thank you for the follow! And you designed them during the first Journey June, and then the next one you actually, like, embroidered or knitted them out, awesome, go for it. Or, I mean, it's up to you. You do it ahead of time, and then you actually fill them out. It's totally up to you, yeah. I mean, it depends. The only time it's actually time sensitive or anything like that is if you're going for the class. That's the only caveat, really. But if you're not going for the class, do whatever you want. Yeah, absolutely use it as a creative outlet however you can. We're all for that. So I'm cutting this scene short right now. I think in the future I won't be. When I actually make this, I'm gonna add more to the scene because I feel like it's unfinished. But because I don't want to be more than 2 posts for one topic on this, I'm gonna cut it short for the moment. So. Which is just prioritizing for the challenge's sake, which is smart to do. If you know there's more that you want to add, make sure that you write a note or something, anything to kind of remind yourself. It's good. I wanted to ask how much is the class, because there's a very large chance I won't be done in time to get it free. It doesn't exist, technically. I mean, but there is the mentorship for, like, print stuff, that's products here. So if you want the whole thing, it shows you how to do prints, books, just making your art into products to sell. So you can do that, but
that one is that the mentorship is a lot more intense too.
It is. It's really only if you plan on going to, like, conventions and you've got a body of work, you just aren't really sure how to package it. It's literally about packaging your art into a product. So it's potentially a month to month. It depends. Usually we'd take like a month and we'd teach you how to do like the book one. And then the next one, if you want to learn the prints, that's another month. So they're usually about 80 bucks. So, I mean, it's up to you. But Ebony, what we're saying is that we can still tell you how to do them as long as you finish it. So we're open to telling you how. It might not be as intensive as the actual class, but if you do finish Journey June, like, within a reasonable amount of time, like within July or something, yeah. How is the Pet and Armor book for 2017 coming along? Not at all currently. I've got it probably at about 20% done. You're the first one to ask, actually, Jeff. I know, because Strider will be in there, right? Yeah, once I get around to it, honestly, it takes a lot of money and a lot of time, and I finally just caught up with my pet commissions to be where I'm supposed to be. So probably within the next couple months, hopefully, I'll be able to wrap that up. So if money goes well, we'll say winter to spring. But yeah, it's tough, especially since I have to put up the money myself in the, right away. But it's coming as much as it can. I might end up having to combine it with 2018. I don't know. Depends. This year is kind of a weird year in terms of the pet commissions. Just because I've had to adjust some things with how the product itself is being sold, so it's tough. It's not as obvious of a thing as last year. Okay, so she's gonna come up to the bunny village. What should the bunny village look like? Pre-orders to raise money. I'd like to do that, but not exactly sure how. I don't necessarily want to make it a Kickstarter.
I think the problem is that like if you did pre-orders, it'd be like amongst just people here, you know, and then that might raise like 100, maybe $200-300, but the price for the printing is probably around 400. I think.
Yeah. Well, that's for 100 copies.
Yeah.
Or so. I mean, I'll start setting aside money for it, but the other problem is time. So it's just a mix of things, honestly.
It takes some time to actually put together a book.
It does. That's the hardest part, in my opinion, of putting together a book is the time.
Like I've got 2017 sketchbook. Like I've pulled apart all of the pages, everything that's going to go into the book. I've got it set aside in a folder in my computer, and I'm like slowly picking away at editing everything, because you got to make it look good for print, and then you got to like what's it called, you got to fit it or something. I don't know what is the word I'm looking for, like
Template?
Yeah, well, you got to put it in the template, but you have to like
Compile?
Yeah, you got to like put them in onto the pages correctly, so that like there's a good
Format?
Yeah, you got to format all the pages, so that there's a good flow through them, and then you got to figure out like, all right, well, at least for me, like, because I have different sections in my book where I think actually I don't know if she'll have a ton of different sections.
I might this time around because of pencils.
Oh yeah.
But I still don't know how I want to do the pencil work.
But for me, I've got a watercolor section. I've got like sketch card sections, just sketches.
Jeff, I might do pre-orders anyway once I get closer, just to help with it, so that when I do buy them, it offsets it a bit. So that might be coming for sure. The other problem is I have to go through all my emails and figure out who got one in 2017, so I can be like, hey, your pet is included in this book, blah, blah, blah. Would you like a pre-order? So that's time as well. So it's tough. I honestly didn't know freelance and stuff would be this hard. I knew it would be hard. This is a whole new level. But yeah.
Hi, Gus.
Gus. Yeah, how is your sister? Why are you laughing?
Gus, look.
Oh.
Look. We went to another Hobby Lobby. We got 2 of these. 1, 2. And then we got like all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Hippie, they can kind of be for whatever you want. Like, some people do use them to cover the cost, because usually I know how many I have to order. But in this case, it would just be because we don't have the money right away. But yeah, different people use them for different reasons. Sometimes if you have a good social pull, you could just do a Kickstarter and do it that way. Gabe and I aren't really at that point, though Gabe has had successful Kickstarters before. I haven't. I don't have that kind of pull that he does, so for me it's a little bit different, but Sketchbook Mania, damn, she says.
For anybody who lives in the U.S. and you have a Hobby Lobby near you, highly recommend that you run out to Hobby Lobby tomorrow, obviously, because they don't open on
I think it's
Sundays.
only in the Midwest.
I don't know.
Well, because
Cali, Dragon Alloy got a bunch of them.
well, wherever that other person is,
Yeah, I don't
they
know where
didn't
they
have any. I
But-
forgot who it was.
Yeah, but I got this for like, they have a bunch of these sketchbooks. The Stillman and Byrne. Very good sketch. These are like the best sketchbooks that I've had ever. Like the quality of paper they use is like amazing. And I mean $2.74 for this little guy.
As
That's
opposed to, what is it?
usually
normally?
it's $11.
See, there you go.
Even if you use that 40% off coupon, no, this is like 75% off. But they have bigger sketchbooks, and if you're lucky enough, you can find better ones. Also, when we went, they had their whole Winsor Newton marker box. They were all like $1.25. We don't use Winsor Newton just because you can't refill them. The Winsor Newton watercolor markers, no good because you have to use their specific paper designed for the markers. But the Winsor Newton like alcohol based markers, it's alright, But I mean, for like $1.25, and you want to start using markers, get your ass there, because that's a great deal for that.
Yeah, Snaggle, if you can, go for it. I mean, we'll eventually use them all, so for us it's not any sort of, like, will we use these? Yeah, of course we're going to use these.
I mean, some of those, probably a lot of those are going to be, like, for giveaways, or...
giveaways?
For, like, a giveaway when I hit 5K. But really,
I don't agree with that.
A giveaway?
No, giving those away. You keep those. We're keeping those.
No, I would give like one away for like the grand prize. One of the small ones. I'm not giving away the big ones. But I'm trying to release my Kickstarter around the same time that I do like the 5K giveaway. That way, like, to maximize visibility.
Gus, they're not gonna put the dog down though, are they? Like, I feel like it's the owner's fault, not the dog's, right? Like, I always hate that scenario because it's obviously always the owner's fault, but the dog needs to pay. That sucks. The dog doesn't know any better. I'm guessing that the dog was just trying to... Yeah.
I feel like sometimes dogs just don't... Oh, it's an aggressive... Okay, so it's... Okay. I was gonna say, I think sometimes dogs don't mean to actually, like...
They might be just greeting, but then they bite... They get too excited.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I think, like, especially, like, like an adult, like, that wouldn't break skin. But on a...
Kid.
Kid... Yeah. Soft skin.
Just sucks because, like, you were saying, that's the owner, man. My dungeon descent. So Hazel is walking down into this, not so much a ravine, but like it's not a burrow either. I don't know what you call that because it's not a hole. It's not a tunnel either because it's not encapsulated. I don't know what this is. If anybody knows what this is, let me know. Like where it's just a little, I guess just a rift? I don't know. Oh, that's messed up, Cass. Getting bit. She just walked by it? That's messed up.
Oh.
Gloves.
Oh.
Yeah, they just... That sucks.
Yeah.
It wasn't on a leash, either. Ravine, gorge, valley. But those are usually huge, right, Ushi? Like, this isn't that big. Land tunnel, riverbed that dried up. Well, it's made by bunnies, so it's leading up to a warren, which I'm not gonna have below ground, even though warrens are. I think I'm just gonna have it lead up to the bunny village, but bye, Jeff. Thanks for
Bye,
coming.
dude,
We miss
yeah.
ya. I got bit in the face by a husky when I was 2. And apparently I had a scar for a long time until it like eventually went away with my adult skin and stuff, but yeah, I got bit too. Trench. Ebony. Yes. I'm gonna go with that. It's a trench. Oh, gorge is good too, Calavera. But I would think a trench is like, yeah, it's small. Trenches can be small or like people size. That's a good one, Ebony. Isn't it hard to pick the right word when it's got to be scaled appropriately word-wise? Like a ravine, yeah, if it was huge. Gorge, getting there. Trench is perfect. That's so weird. Yeah, right? Pit bulls are so wonderful. I mean, all dogs can be wonderful. It's up to the owner. It's okay, Ushi. It's Sunday. I think everybody's brain is fried today.
That's really crazy too, because they're my ex's sister had 3 pits. 2 of them are very aggressive. They got sent to the school, you know, to like get the aggression like subdued.
Yeah.
And it worked like magic. But there's one that's just like, it's just bred in him. Like you can't stop him from being aggressive.
Was he a fighter?
No, he was like a rescue, but like he was a puppy, you know, like it's not like he was like, you know, like damaged or anything, right? It's just I think some sort of like people. Some people just want to see the world burn, so you know you can't. I think some animals just you can't take the animal out of them.
I don't agree with that.
Like, okay, so do you agree with some people that there are some people that are just?
I believe in the nurture versus nature thing.
And so the problem is that this one dog, like, he got trained, he was very good for like maybe like 4 or 5 months, very good, and then just something snapped and like the 2 went at him. And
well,
it's
that's
probably
what I'm saying. If it's a rescue, you don't necessarily know what it's been through.
no, but when it got rescued, it was a puppy, so it was
That doesn't
very
matter.
it was very young.
It could have been through some stuff still.
That's true.
I don't know. I don't want to get into it.
Yeah.
Everything has personalities.
Yeah.
Like if you can train a fish, come on. I mean, I would only agree with that when they have like mental disorders. That's the only time I'd be like, yeah, because some people are, you know, they have a mental disorder that makes them more aggressive.
Yeah.
Same with animals. Maybe one is just born more mentally aggressive. It's not the breed's fault.
No, yeah, I completely agree with that.
It just they might have been born. Maybe they didn't get enough oxygen to their brain or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
It's
get
like
at.
a fluke.
Yeah. I wonder is that a thing? Do dogs or like animals, I guess in general, have like? They must, right? Like some dogs are just depressed, right? Like
I don't know. I don't like blanketing anything. I think everything is situational. I don't like blanketing much of anything.
Well, no, like I'm not trying to blanket. I'm saying like I wonder if they have the same psychological issues. Like if
Well,
dogs
how's
can
that
be.
not blanketing? That is.
Well, no, I'm saying like if that exists in terms for dogs and other animals, like do they have dog psychiatrists that can diagnose a dog with like?
I mean, yeah,
depression?
they do.
Okay, that's what I was asking. I didn't know if that was a
But
thing.
I mean, some people believe that's almost like a belief and not an actual form of study. Like some people don't think that. Like dog psychics and stuff too.
Yeah, I could totally see anxiety. Like my sister's dog has anxiety. 100%. Oh God, Crane, that's crazy. Oh wow, Corey, that's scary. Dolphins do that? Weird.
There, yeah, what Troop said. I've heard that before.
Oh wow. Okay, behavioralists.
God, this is weird. I was gonna look up if rabbits, here's part of your research for your story. I was gonna look up mainly if rabbits are nocturnal, diurnal, or crepuscular, but apparently they, it's kind of up for debate.
It's funny because crepuscular sounds like a bone or like a muscle. I was working out my crepuscular last night and just totally gave out, you know?
So they are crepuscular, okay.
And what is crepuscular?
It's both.
Oh. So
So
we're
usually-
crepuscular.
No. Well, you and I, yeah, but humans normally are
No.
diurnal. Where you're active diurnal, active during the day. Nocturnal, active during the night. Crepuscular is usually like dusk and dawn, that sort of area.
Mm.
So I'm going to actually put them underneath a canopy. But how am I going to do their huts? Dang, they're made out of mud homes. Yeah, I could dig that. So bunnies usually live in a warren, which warrens are usually underground. So I'm trying to figure out how much of that I actually want to use. So seeing as I'm kind of painting them as the bad guys for the moment, I want there to be a little bit of fear to the dungeon descent, where it's not really a dungeon, but what is it called when you are always active? Stress. Serenity, stress. I don't know, honestly. Serenity, you'd probably be considered crepuscular with your sleep schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Crane, I'll agree with you there. I completely, same thing. Like, we actually talked about this, I think, before, where nature doesn't have a thought of what evil is, you know? So whenever an animal or anything is born, if it's killing, it's out of necessity. There's no, I'm gonna kill you because I'm mad at you. It's just natural, right? They have to. So when people say nature is cruel, it's only cruel to us because we have a gauge of what's good and moral, and you know, we have a moral code. Animals don't. It's just kind of a literal dog-eat-dog world, right? Like, they do what they have to survive, and there is no good or bad with that. So that's where, you know, it gets kind of dicey when you talk to somebody about that sort of thing. But Serenity, I'm really glad you ended up going to a thing, though, and figuring out what was wrong. We were worried about you for a while, because I know you had that, you know, your sleep schedule is all messed up. So I'm really proud of you for figuring that out. So a lot of people just shrug and be like, no, that's how I am. And humans play ball with other humans' heads covered in plaster. What, Sniggle?
They were covered in plaster?
What?
I mean, I know that I know that Mayans did that shit, or Aztec, or whoever. But I didn't know they were covered in plastic.
Yeah, territorial things are different though, and that's still primal. There's still no, like, idea of vengeance, really. It's like, if an octopus has a guy, you know, another octopus that steals his lady octopus or something, there's no, like, manipulation there. And I mean, if you think about blue jays will go into another bird's nest, put their own eggs there, kick the other eggs out, so that bird raises their eggs. That's that's not even mean either in the natural world. That's just how it is. The blue jay's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this and blah blah blah. Like, they have no, concept of that. They just do it. There's no evil there. They don't have a concept of good and or evil. And this is grass. I know it doesn't look like it, but this is grass. They're smart. What do they do, Calavera? Or if you have an article to back that up, I'd like to read it.
I know that cows know, like they I don't want to say they get revenge, but they definitely know, like they hold grudges, I think.
Oh, really?
But I think, like, same with, like, dogs. Like, if you punch a dog in the face, the dog's either going to hate you all the time or run away from you all the time.
That's a learned fear, though.
But that's a learned fear, yeah.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about, like, when something is born, it's like, an animal's born, there is no good or bad, really. Yes, crows remember stuff. Or I think it is ravens. They can remember things. But so can a goldfish for 30 seconds.
Or there was that one goldfish that kept finding the shapes in the water, remember?
Sniggle, I love you. Yeah, I don't remember.
Talk to Ace Ventura about that one.
I will not talk to Ace Ventura about that. Do they? I thought it was only like 30 seconds. Is it really? Oh, okay.
The more you know.
I'm trying to figure out what my hamsters is. Oh, that's crazy, Calavera. I've never heard of that. Three months, Jesus. Wow.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hippie, I've read that. Like they spread the news of.
I haven't heard of that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
That way.
maybe I just didn't know enough.
It's to to protect the others or whatever.
Huh. Well, it just goes to show you animals are smart then. I just don't think they're like evil. Not like humans are.
Like vengeance? Okay.
Like, it's a whole different type of evil when you're comparing still, like, there's this, I still feel like that's primal and merited.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why.
But just to go out of their way to, like, fuck with someone? Like.
Oh, elephants have funerals too.
Yeah. Funeral parades.
Yeah, so I'm saying that the animal evil is not the same as the human evil. Basically. Like, human evil is a whole nother level. Too much deep stuff for a Sunday, you guys. Can we go back to talking about candy or something? I think I've gotten too many people mad at me this stream. Yeah, Sniggle, what are you gonna do with that? I'm excited. Are you gonna catch up with Journey June? What are you gonna do?
Die in the gutter. Like a True American. Or just die in an igloo.
Oof, Peppy. Yeesh. 48. Damn.
Wow.
I don't miss that. That's crazy. Are you willing to share what you do? If not, that's okay. You don't need to. Otherwise, if you want to, it's up to you. What's after Dungeon Descent?
The reclaimed.
What?
The fourth obstacle.
Oh, the Reclaimed Dead one?
Yeah.
I see what you mean now. Oh, a seasonal job at a water park. Is that kind of fun or is that terrible?
A lot of standing.
Let's see. Oh no, wait. Stolen souls, yeah. Felons acquired lackeys to send on the party. I mean, that could just be, like, guard bunnies, technically.
Descending angels.
Or it could be bugs or something. Oh no, Calavera, I think I got you mad. We're totally fine. I'm not mad. I think when I get serious, people usually assume I'm mad, but when I'm mad, like really mad, I'll get quiet. And honestly, if I was really, really mad, I would have just cut the stream. So, but no, I'm not mad. It takes a certain person to get me mad. You didn't do that. Don't worry about it. We're totally fine.
Oh, so your face isn't getting fried then?
Oh, good. Okay. Different colors make a rainbow. Okay. I've never heard that before. It's cute. Silent ragers, I mean, basically. I think that's the smartest way to get mad, is to be quiet. But more to collect why you're mad, think about why you're mad, then attack. Okay, so today's Dungeon Descent, right? Because it's the 24th. Tomorrow is the fourth obstacle, which ideally was supposed to be meant for multiples. Like, my initial intent with that was to have it be many of something, because so far there's been no swarms or anything like that, so that's where I was going with that. But for my story, that's going to be a little bit tough. Oh no, Ushi, what kind of tea do you like? If I had one wish, it'd probably be to care less about stuff in general. Because apparently I'm the worst person at the world for caring about less stuff. Like, I need to work on my apathy, I've been told. That's kind of messed up. But, you know. Oh, the green tea. Yeah. It's good. And then it's facing fate. Make sure you guys think pretty hard about the ending of your story. At this point, it's probably good to look ahead for the next couple days and plan them. If you've been flying by the seat of your pants thus far in Journey June, try to actually calculate the ending.
Yeah, because it's going to start to
It's going to
ramp
come up
up
real quick.
real quick.
Yeah, and you don't want to be in a certain place and then all of a sudden have to be in another place. Like, this is one of those times you need to really think about it. Yeah, right? And I've asked, here's the thing. I keep asking the people I know that are really good at not caring about stuff. I'm like, how do you not care? I really am genuinely curious how to start not caring about stuff. because I get too riled up about certain things and I don't know how to pull back. So I've consulted the most apathetic people I know to ask for advice. They have the worst comeback, the worst advice by just saying, just stop caring. Just don't care. That doesn't help. Tell me how. How do I not care? Tell me how not to care. I would love to know and try to apply it. Really. Is it, Sniggle? Because I feel like burning my bridges takes a little bit more effort, and there's a lot more thought that goes into that. It's not worth my time. But what if it is worth your time? What if it's worth your time, but you still don't want to care about it? That's the thing I can't get. That's where I'm having trouble. It's like when it's worth your time to care about it, but you shouldn't. Aw, you too, Sukiko. Thank you for stopping by. No, Crane, that's not an answer. You're telling me what to do, not how to do it. I need to know how. Oh, Ushi, that's interesting. Oh, no, I'm not, Sukiko. No. I'm just curious as to what people say to this certain thing. No, you didn't, Crane. See, you guys keep saying it's based on, like, is it worth your time? What if the thing is worth your time and you could win if you applied enough effort, but you just shouldn't? That's the thing. Where you could make a difference, but you shouldn't. You know what I mean? Like, how do you not care about something that is so easily, like, you could? This is really hard for a control freak. I am a self-proclaimed control freak, so I feel like I can control a lot of things, and you can. You can control a lot more than you think, but the things that I could, that I shouldn't, that's what I don't know how to step away from, really. Become dead inside. I don't know, Corey. Like, that's still, I feel like everything could be worth your time. Like, so I feel like the answer is actually time. You eventually exhaust yourself. So I'm getting that way with my fan art fight, let's say. For example, Serenity, here's your concrete example. Where I've been fighting something for so long, I just get tired. And I just quit. Or pull back from it, or just stomp it every time it flares up. That's the only example I have. As opposed to really personal ones I'd rather not get into. But like in terms of things that, you know, you should care about, or you could change things if you gave enough effort to them, but you shouldn't. You shouldn't care. How do you tell yourself not to care about something when you could and maybe even should? Is it about me, which is hard? Piping hot. Is this for me? Ushi, that's the best answer so far. Is this about me? Not, is it worthy of my time? That question is not a good one. Not in this instance, because anything to a control freak, like myself, could be worthy of my time. Saying, is this about me, is a lot better. Because I push myself into other people's problems all the time. Gabe can back me up on this. It's one of my worst traits. Pippi, I don't want to go into it, obviously, but I had to start a website because I went on fan art rants a lot about how fan art is great when you don't give too much time to it as an artist and you don't sell it. It's awesome. I love fan art. Done it myself. When you start selling it, whole different thing. That's all go into.
There's a website for your knowledge.
There's a website. Ushi doesn't believe in apathy. I see. Interesting. But that's a good, is it about... So if I take one of my personal things that I'm having trouble with, let's say, and is it about me, what if it's a step removed? If it is about me, but not directly, then what? The best way I can sum up my fan art argument is fan art when done for free and a little bit is healthy for your art career, but also healthy for yourself because you're making something out of love for free. The minute you start doing fan art for money, it's not out of love anymore, and it's from a bad place, and you just want money for it, and it's going to hurt your art career because then you feel like you have to do fan art to make money, and your art's being used for that, and it's bad. There we go. Will it affect you? Yeah, Ebony, it will. So that's the interesting thing. And the other thing is a lot of people don't know you can make money with original art. You absolutely can. For anything. You can make money doing anything as long as you put effort in. That's it. And to be honest, I don't know how to... Right, Serenity? Yeah. I think that at some point you realize it will do you no good. Exhaust yourself. See, that's the thing. I have to actually exhaust myself to not care anymore. It's hard. I see Crane and Ushi are talking, I think, to each other. Yeah, for the people that do fan art for things that they don't know anything about or they don't care about it, why are you doing it? That's not the purpose of it. I saw someone had a bunch of Insta stories the other day. Should I do this fan art or this one? Or this one or this one? Or this one or this one? Each one was a poll. And I just want to respond with, what are you doing? You shouldn't even be asking people that. It should be from where you want to do it. You know, if you even want to do it. So Ushi, you're saying it's a pick your battle sort of scenario? Because that gets tough, man.
You know what honestly, the way that I do it is I occupy my brain with something else.
See, to me though, that feels like running away.
And it is running away.
Oh. So you're saying to run away? Is this the sort of scenario where it's like running away to save yourself?
Yeah, and it's not like you're running away, you're walking away. You're like, okay. Like if you see a car...
What if you really think you can change something?
No, well, maybe you can. Like, if you see a car on fire and you're like, I could probably put that out. I could probably. I mean, like, it's not, like, completely on fire. It's, like, the hood is on fire, you know? And you're like, I could probably put that out. I could go get a thing. Then, you know, I'm right by the fire extinguisher. I could do that. But does it really affect me if it blows up?
See, what's weird about this is it does kind of align with my... I burn a lot of bridges, which is funny because that is like the most uncaring thing, but for something that's kind of in the middle, I have a big problem with that. I think that's one of my worst qualities. Yeah, Graham. I'm all about confrontation, you guys know that, and for me to run away is hard. But yeah, for lack of caring, is situational. It's true. But it's hard when you can't escape it. So it's like Gabe's walking away mentality, but if you couldn't leave. Like you walk away maybe 5 feet, but it's still over there. And it's reminding you all the time. But it's like then you're just trying to ignore it, but it's like it's screaming and it's hot. And you walked away from the fire, but you still feel it. That's what I can't ignore. That's the hard part. Yeah, Ushi, I never argue on the internet anymore, like through text. No, that's just asking for help.
Mm-hmm.
No, Crane, but it is like when you're this happened to me a long time ago too, when I was in a certain friend group, years and years ago. You try to ignore something, but you can't because you're in it. You can't walk away because you're part of it, you know? So it's kind of similar to that. I'm not saying like my friend group now or anything like that, but oh my god. Beat on the brat with a baseball bat? My god, Sniggle, you're like the uncle that has all these anecdotes that you're like, what the hell does he mean?
Sounds like a lyric.
It does. You can imagine that stuff when you hear about something like that, so yeah. True, Serenity.
Beat on the brat with a baseball bat.
I don't know what that
Ramones.
Oh. It's hard. No, this whole thing is hard, and I keep asking people this question because no one seems to have an answer. Everyone who's actually apathetic says, just don't care. Like it's the easiest thing in the world. And those of us who can't just not care have a problem with that because that's not saying how, that's just saying what. And it's like, you're not helping. That's like telling a person with a mental illness, just feel better. Mm-hmm. You're not helping them. Yeah, that's the goal, but you're not telling them how to feel better, you know?
Just make a burger. How do I make the burger? Let's just make one.
Yeah. How do I draw an owl?
Yeah.
Just draw an owl. No. That doesn't help. Okay, so I've got Dungeon Descent done. See, I'm ready to burn a bridge at any second. Like, I've got the lighter on, right?
I think you're more ready to burn a bridge and rebuild it.
Yeah. Burning bridges is so much easier. I don't know.
Which I think it is. Maybe that would work for a lot of people if they just thought about it. Like where if you burn the bridge and then rebuild it after you've burned it, then at least you know the bridge was messed up. So let's just get rid of the bridge.
Yeah. Build a new bridge from a different foundation, which I'm all about. I don't like bandaging things. But
then some people, they just try to...
Oh my god, that's why I didn't like having a house. Mm-hmm. That's why I hated having a house. Everything was just, it's a fix for now. That's the whole motto behind a house. You just fix it for now. That's it. Unless you're rich. If you're rich, you can fix everything 100% fine, you know? But if you have a leak or something, you just fix it for now. And I hate that. I hate that so much because it's an inevitable problem that's looming, right? So I'd rather just burn that shit down, buy an apartment or something, I don't gotta deal with it, that sort of thing. But anyway, I have to change it so I don't have to think about it. See, but this is why I'm stressed out a lot though. Things bother me all the time. I wish I could do that, Ebony, but I'm not good at shelving things or shelving feelings, like putting them up and just being like, I'll deal with that later. No, everything needs to be dealt with now. That's one of my stupid things. It's what makes me difficult. I can't change the world. That's what I'm afraid to say. I mean, that's the frustrating thing about going back to the vegetarianism and everything like that. Like, what good is it? Like, you come down to that, and it's like, what good is it? Well, at this point, I don't need to eat meat, so I don't want to go back to it, and I am doing a little bit at a time to make things better. Okay, whatever. So that feels good, but for other things, I don't know. If I think too long about it, it's one of those, I probably have this, Ushi, what's the nothing matters scenario? Am I a nihilist if I think nothing really matters? Like, it's a realist thing where I feel like we're screwed no matter what we do, because not everybody's always going to be on the same page. Like, we recycle and stuff, but we're not going to save the world. We're not going to be the types to go out and convert people to recycle, because that's almost a belief system. So I try to help, but I know in the end it is not going to matter because the world's going to burn anyway. Like, I don't know. I was going to say, are we back to, is it nihilism then? I've heard I should, Crane, but I wonder if that's just going to tell me the what and not the how. Does it tell you the how? But I do give a fuck, Sniggle. That's the problem. Basically, Ushi. Yeah. I shouldn't be the one asking that or telling that, but I am so in favor of that. It's ridiculous. But I suppose it doesn't help that I don't have children. I mean, that's part of it, too. Because I don't want to raise kids in a world I don't believe in, I guess. Yeah, see, Calvera, we agree on that. But it's like, I still don't want to give up on it, from my point of view, but I know, regardless what I do, it's screwed. So I don't know what that is. Which is funny, because I still feel like I have that, like the universal good mentality, like sacrifice one to save many. Like, I still have that idea. But to save what? For how long? Like, it's crazy. Well, Crane, if you've read it, just tell me. If you've read it, tell me what it told you. 'Cause that's why I'm asking you. Save me some time. I don't read. Not anymore. I used to a lot. I don't have time anymore. Let me rephrase. It's not as important to me anymore. I probably could make time for it, but it's not as important to me. I think a lot more than I read. I think you're the same way. You and I think more than we read.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't need to read other people's universes because I've got my own to worry about.
Alright, DJ, thanks for coming.
You
Sorry
too.
it got heavy. True, Corey, true. Bye, Pippi.
Yeah.
Yeah, and good luck if you work on it, too. Thank you, thank you. I think this is good enough for Dungeon Descent. So was that today?
Yep.
That was today?
Yep.
Tomorrow's the 4th. Okay, so I have the rest of the day, at least, to think about tomorrow's. Because tomorrow's might actually be a little tough for me. What time is it? 6:24. Yeah, Crane, they are. Yeah, the answer is yes. I should be spending my time on other things, but for some reason they consume me. And I don't know how to redirect that effort. That's the problem. I don't know how to redirect it. And sometimes being a woman and being very emotional, sometimes my emotions outweigh my logic, even though I can logically tell myself, you should be thinking about something else right now. My mind will not, recalibrate.
Your mind's like, fuck yeah. Why don't you think about something else right now?
Basically, yeah. That's what sucks.
Don't tell me how to think, brain.
Ooh, Ushi, I like that. Yeah, I totally agree with this. It's like, I don't believe in humanity, but I believe in an individual human more than I would humanity.
Mhm.
If that makes sense. Okay, Snaggle, get some sleep.
Yeah,
right
dude.
now. Do it. Do it. Get sleep for work and have a good night at work, okay? Because I'm very compassionate. I love a lot of things too much, but, it's weird. I don't know. Night, Snag.
I do it.
I feel like this should maybe show. suit?
Mm-hmm.
Cute. Did you design the shrugs yet?
He's just got like a little,
Oh.
little rocket.
I like that it mirrors his ears.
Yeah.
Did you do that on purpose?
No.
Oh. To fight against it rather than letting it come and trying to understand. Yeah, that's just like I said, Crane, it's the logic versus the emotion. Sometimes the emotion rules regardless of the logic. Okay. We're gonna probably go soon. Does anybody have questions about Journey June? And not so much about my existential crises, which are in abundance apparently. So I don't ever get sad about or depressed about this sort of stuff. I get frustrated, you know? Oh, you too, Troop. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, man.
Have a good one. Eat, eat, eat. Food, food, food. Yum, yum, yum. Calavera, you talk about that like you're done. I made it to day 15. So far, you're at day 15. You gonna finish it? Remember, you don't have to do too much. Like, if your day, whatever, looks as crappy as this, you're doing it. Good. You can do it. I believe. Yes! Ooshi, good. I like that. Things that are out of your control, but you're a control freak, so you get mad at it. And your lack of control. Yeah, I'm gonna look into this. Thank you. There are videos, see. I'm okay with reading articles, it's just books. Like, the time sink into a book lately. I love articles. They're usually small, concise, digestible, but I just don't like bullshit. And I feel like books lately are just a ton of bullshit. It's like, I want the cliff notes of everything. Just give me what I need to know and I'll walk away.
Or
good job, D-pad.
Good version of the movie.
Blood for the blood god. Alright, bye, Calavera.
I did.
Oh, this is so true. Right?
That's good.
I'm gonna share this one. Yeah, Paladin, I know I'm a good person, but I'm also mean. Which is fine. You can be a good person and still be mean. I mean, I am very compassionate, like I said, and I know I'm not a bad person, I'm not an evil person. And I probably judge people's worth too lightly. But, I don't know. Like, people are complex. That's why it's hard to say, well, that person's evil, that person's a good person. It's like, no, in certain aspects, they could be terrible, you know? Dungeon Descent and Stolen Souls. Only chaos. Alright. Gabe, are you done-ish?
Yeah, I can go.
Or are you gonna keep going probably after?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Like,
basically
finish
done.
it so you can post it.
I mean, I can still post it, but
Exactly. It's gray. Yeah. It took me a long time to learn that. But, yeah, I get the gray thing. Not only is it gray, but you're able to decide who's black and white for you, you know, or who's too much one way or the other for you, and either include them or get rid of them based on you. But, you know, what's funny is, and what makes things more complex is, some people who do good are doing good to be viewed as good, but really don't do good for the right reasons. That's when it gets really complex. So they could be an asshole, but they can also be doing good. That's the only problem, Paladin. Granted, end of the day, they're still doing good, but are they doing it for the right reason? And that's where I'm a big fan of intention, and what intention means. Because if their intent is just to be viewed as, a saint, even though they're not, it's more important they're not, because that's their actual morality. But anyway. Because I could be doing good and be a vegan and all these things, and people are like, oh, you're so good, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, I'm just doing it so you think I'm good. Where that's not me, I'm saying, but could be someone. I feel like I know someone like that, that just wants to be viewed as a saint and doesn't actually do these things for what they're supposed to be for. So I overthink everything, honey. Now you know me. How about that? You know me now. No, I'm all about intention. And usually figuring out someone's intent does mean you have to take more time to do something. But for me, that's worth it. Because I'd rather surround myself with the people and things I know are, intentionally good. But anyway. Okay, so tomorrow is Monday. Promise it won't be as heavy as this one. I don't know what went weird today, but today's a weird stream. Apologies. Though you can't help but have one of these once in a while. It's just how life goes. You're going to have a stream that sucks. You're going to have a stream that's awesome. You're going to have a stream that's just quiet. It just happens. Up and down. Up and down. Savior or not, it's still I don't know, man. All heavy all the time. Ushi, I love you. Okay, so tomorrow's Monday. Gabe's gonna be streaming on his Twitch. For anybody who's still here, who's manned this out and is still in the chat, maybe you're lurking. Gabe's Twitch is in the upper right. It will not be this heavy. Try to avoid it. But yeah, he's up in the upper right. He'll be streaming technically 3 hours around there from now, tomorrow night. So forward in time, 3 hours, Gabe's channel in the upper right. But yeah, let's see. Is that it? We're getting close to the end of June, so those of you who are behind, kick it into gear, let's go. And then we'll be on tomorrow for, what is it? Fourth obstacle, Stolen Souls. And remember, it doesn't have to be exactly what that is. It can be a little bit removed, but anyway, okay. We will see you tomorrow on Gabe Stream. Bye!